We are live.
Oh,
Ladies and
hi.
gentlemen, nerds and geeks, we are live. Without all the fanfare or huzzah, it is the legendary Knights of the Nerd-O-Roundtable.
Some
Yours
huzzah.
truly, King Nerdificent Wallace Sharp in the building. We got someone we haven't seen in a minute, Anthony from Two Cubicles Down.
Hello,
Let's
hello,
go.
everybody. I'm back.
Yeah, man. Fucking Twitch master Ryan McBain.
Hey, can I fight Mike Tyson for $20 million?
You're not old enough.
Oh,
You're not.
No,
You
you're
got to
not.
be older.
no.
Much older.
It's my birthday a couple
I'm-
weeks ago. I'm old. Trust me.
I'm almost old enough. I'm almost Mike Tyson's age.
Tom is talking Cunningham is closer to being
Closer.
someone that Jake Paul would fight. Closer.
Also, I would never step foot in a ring with Mike Tyson. I do
Yes, you
not
would for
get-
$20 million. Yes, you would.
I would fight both of them at the same time for $20 million.
Yes.
Okay, for $20 million, I guess, as long as the first time he looked at me weird, I would fall down and they would count me out. I'd be good with that, I guess. I'm not taking a punch to the head from Mike Tyson, even at
Look.
57, whatever. Fine.
Look at
$20 million, I would.
57. Mike Tyson is a threat to punching bags and boxing mitts around the world. That fight last night,
Mm-mm.
we all watched it, and I love Mike for all that Mike has done. And I'm glad that Mike has said, this is it. I went out strong. I went out the way I wanted to go out. Because that, what Netflix did last night, was one of the worst things that has ever happened to the sport of boxing.
A
Period.
disservice to it.
It was a disservice to boxing to put this WWE sideshow circus event on. Look, I get it. Jake Paul has mastered hyping some shit up. He has taken what he has done on social media to hype himself up and his personality up to amass all the millions and millions of followers that he has. He has a hot head. He is known for swinging on folks. He's, took that and put that in the ring and said, you know what? I think, like the Will Smith song says, I can fight Mike Tyson. But I'm going to start by fighting a bunch of other people who used to be superstars in the sport. And he dispatched each and every one of them in short order. It is no secret that there's always been this contract clause in there that says you cannot knock Jake Paul out. So already right there, is this actually boxing or is this entertainment? It's entertainment. What we saw last night, I think, was for Netflix. It was just an entertaining thing. I mean, there were dudes with gloves on. There were ladies with gloves on.
14-ounce gloves, by the way.
14-ounce gloves.
Well, for them it was. Let's talk about the undercard fight with those two women.
Ooh.
Serrano was robbed, and that
she was robbed. She was robbed.
That Katie chick with the headbutts and all that.
Mhm.
I was at HQ Gastropub. Shout out to HQ. And shout out to the people whose table I stole, because when the couple who was at the table I ended up taking with my son got up, I was just like, I waited for 5 minutes and didn't nobody come to clear it. So I sat my ass down. And so sorry about that wait list. But when she opened up that gash with that headbutt, I turned around. There was a brother sitting behind me and there was a brother standing in front of me. And we all said the same thing, third eye.
Yeah.
And it looked like that gash was winking. And I was like, that was bad. And I just didn't feel, I thought Holmes was hulking her, leaning onto her, not punching so much, using her body weight to tire her out. It didn't feel to me like, and granted, as time went on, Serrano definitely was looking more tired. But to me, I felt that she controlled the fight more overall. And for it to be a 1 point difference, I thought that was complete bullshit.
Well, again, the entire promotion, complete bullshit. I mean, this is not something that is on par with any of the sanctioned boxing organizations or matches that we have ever watched before. This is a promotion. This is something that Jake Paul and the guy who was the co-owner of MVP, they got together. They said, look, we're going to take this thing to the top. And for what they did, yes, all respect due. They got some 60 million views. They had Netflix shutting down. Was it a success? Overwhelmingly so. They set out to get eyes. They set out to get people talking. They set out to get the buzz going, but it does not legitimize Jake Paul or MVP boxing, and it doesn't legitimize Mike Tyson and his record. Mike Tyson losing to someone on Jake Paul said, no, this guy, Jake Paul, his very next fight, he's talking about he wants to do an MMA fight with Conor McGregor. And McGregor's like, no, I got something better for you. You can fight Mitch McConnell. Mitch McConnell's more your speed. You know, I mean, but that's the type of joke that people who are boxers take this for. People who are boxers are not looking at this and saying, this is real. Carissa Shields, she's like, yo, dude, I will get in that ring and I will mop your ass. Not because I think you're no good, but I think that you're shit as a boxer, and I think this is a joke, and I know that my skills will put your ass on the ground, you know. And I know, I get it. Tyrone Woodley and Anderson Silva and even Fury, they all said, no, Jake Paul can hit. Okay, all right, okay.
Sure, I mean, anybody can hit, but can you fight?
Anybody can hit. I just didn't. He looked so soft in the weigh-in, and Mike looked so chiseled. To me, to your point, Twala, the "you can't knock Logan Paul" clause was a thing, because obviously Mike also had a clause that said, "You are not knocking me out." Fuck that. Because there were people in the bar who were like, he's going down. Mike Tyson's going to get knocked out. I was like, I don't know that shit.
Yeah, exactly.
And so clearly he got his punches in, whatever, but it wasn't like that. Other than that one time, I think he tagged Mike with a nice 2-piece and he staggered a bit. I didn't think that was the end. And I thought, I was waiting for the Bruce Willis Pulp Fiction moment when he just said, fuck it, and just went for it and had to go, you know, get the chick with the fat belly and get on a motorcycle and get the fuck out of town. I was hoping for that. I was hoping up until the very end that he would just say, you know what? I'm just going to go for it. I was waiting for that moment. And it's like, Liz is with us.
There was Dr. Liz from the freeway in the building. Hey.
On the freeway.
Hey. On the Liz from the freeway. On the freeway. That fight did exactly what they planned for it to do. It was going to go the distance no matter what. They would both look tired and weary. And Mike Tyson would say something to the effect of, this was great, I'm going to retire. But they also made sure to leave it open for them to come back and do another ridiculous promotion of this nature. You know,
I mean, Logan Paul.
That's what he said he wanted to do.
He wants to fight his brother.
And again, his brother, the WWE star. Yeah, let's really legitimize this as a boxing event. Come on, man. Like this, it's just not serious. It's not serious. All the way from camera shots of Mike's ass in the dressing room.
That's funny though, man.
That was hilarious. I was like, hey, he got a big reaction in the bar. It really did.
Look, I know it. And Mike, he has zero fucks to give. He doesn't care. None. He's like, look, just like that interview he gave with that little sister who's been going around,
that little 12-year-old or whatever.
Oh man, and she has been building her name. This wasn't just the first thing she's ever done. She's been building her name, interviewing some real stellar talent. But that interview right there, it said it all. You know, for Mike Tyson to look this little girl in her eyes and stare and say, "What kid? What is this? You know, you're dead. You know, well, it'd be some kind of asshole. Think something else." And I'm like, Mike, she's 12. Mike, she's 12. It doesn't matter. Mike is like, I don't care, dog.
I don't care.
I don't care. You know. So I mean, look, again, to me, it is proof positive that social media is so powerful right now. Social media and podcasting and all of these different formats outside of the normal channels of television and film and radio and all that we grew up on, what is there for this generation right now, it is dwarfing what we grew up on. I mean, hell, you had podcasters help to catapult and elevate Donald Trump, allegedly, for all the stories they're saying. You know, this is the damn Joe Rogan podcast that took Donald Trump to the damn White House. It's like we're in a new world where things that should not be real are real. And I think just like Sister Harris getting robbed from the White House, Tyson got robbed in that fight. I mean, if for Tyson's legacy, if it was a real fight, Tyson would have knocked that dude out. If it was a real fight. And what's name said when they had their exhibition match, it was a whole different Mike Tyson. It really was. Not Evander Holyfield,
Roy Jones Jr.
Roy Jones was like, no, man, dude. He said, I was in there with Mike. That motherfucker still hit hard as hell. Mike was not trying. You could see Mike holding his punches back. We grew up watching Mike Tyson fight. We know how Mike Tyson swings. He was not throwing real hands at that dude. Nope. It's not written the script. I'm sorry.
And I don't know, for all the people who were talking about, oh, Jake Paul, and this some idiot young, I guess, rapper dude was like, Jake Paul is better than Muhammad Ali or some foolish.
Oh God.
Which one of you people would take Jake Paul at 19 versus Mike Tyson at 19? None of
I'd rather fight Jake Paul right now today than Mike Tyson ever.
You got to remember that a lot of these young people have never seen. They don't understand how Mike Tyson was so dominant.
Just ignorant. 44 fights or 44 wins or whatever.
I mean, yes, and you got to look at it like this. Mike Tyson to Mike Tyson to any of Jake Paul's fan base is like LL Cool J. They know LL Cool J as an actor. When they hear LL Cool J rap, when they first heard him drop this album recently, they were like, wait a minute, the dude from NCIS is rapping?
Right.
Same thing
they were
for
saying
Will
that.
Smith.
I saw that on social media.
Same thing for Will Smith. They're like, oh, he's a rapper?
Yeah.
Mike Tyson is the Hangover and that animated series. That's what he is.
Right. And they're like, wait a minute, why is this dude rapping? And he's known for smoking weed and saying crazy things. They don't know firsthand his history. And even if they go back and watch some YouTube videos, they're watching YouTube videos and they don't respect that. They're not going back and looking at his history and saying, yo, this dude was a beast. They're going back and saying, whatever, Jake Paul, kill him. You saw Jake Paul. Jake Paul told him, you must die. You know, that and they believe that, right?
And you didn't even put him to sleep, baby boy.
Yeah.
Mike Tyson walked in as good a shape after that fight as he did going into that fight.
Well, he did almost trip and fall going in.
Well, I mean, I'm just saying he took his check. What was that? 20 minutes, 16 minutes?
16 minutes.
8 rounds? Yeah, 16 minutes. Rounds. And of course he did have to work out, but you know, people gonna work out to try to keep themselves together anyway. So it was $20 million for 16 minutes and a trip to
not including
Dallas or whatever.
You gotta remember, they also is that 20 million included that the special?
Oh
you know,
yeah,
there's a whole TV special.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sure. Because it's Netflix.
He got paid on
or
top
is
of
it
that.
in addition to?
Oh, did it? Is it on top?
I think it's on top. I think the special and he also had a lot of sponsors tied to him going into this. I mean, Mike is a brilliant dude. A lot of people laugh at the list, but that dude is brilliant. You know what I'm saying? You have a conversation with him and you see that this dude is actually brilliant. Mike Tyson, Keith Sweat, people who you look at and you say, huh? Brilliant individuals, absolutely brilliant individuals. So I don't know. I know for a fact that I never have to watch another thing associated with Paul or any of them ever again in my life. That whole promotion is absolute ass. And I refuse to spend any time watching some shit like that ever again. That to me is right up there with Venom Last Dance. Shit that
Jesus
will
Christ.
never ever be watched.
Come on with the segue, bro.
I'm just saying.
Wow, have the symbiote fight Jake Paul. Jake, we work so well together.
But you know what? That movie felt so rushed. Like it felt like it was like they really had to hurry up and finish the movie in 2.2 seconds.
Yep.
But even still, it was still a terrible movie.
But I saw that you said it felt rushed. There were so many unnecessary side quests in that movie.
Thank you.
The whole
Jesus
shit
Christ.
about Vegas and meeting Mrs. Chen or whatever.
Yeah.
That whole
The
goofy
Vegas one.
family.
The hippie family. Jesus.
The hippie family. Why did you need to show us? I guess they're decommissioning Area 51. So you make a whole big deal in the first 5 minutes of the movie of this big acid bomb, which apparently destroyed nothing because you still had a fucking 20-story underneath the ground facility where the symbiotes were. And you had the chick from Ted Lasso. I just didn't understand why the lightning strike bullshit. And it was so... It felt long to me. You were talking about how rushed it was.
Long.
I was like,
no.
I couldn't wait for it to finish.
No,
I could not.
It felt long, but I'm saying that because they moved from one thing to the next thing, and it's like you didn't even finish tying that into how this works.
Mm-hmm.
But even though it was like if it was rushed because they didn't flesh out the story, but it was absolutely felt long to sit there and watch it.
Bring in Mrs. Chen just for a dance sequence when if you change into Venom, they're gonna track you. Oh, you know what? Fuck it, I'll do it anyway. I'm like, what? Why?
But
like, it was
why
so dumb.
You couldn't. It was like halfway doesn't trigger it. It's only full way, so he couldn't just venomize his legs to help her. It just didn't make any sense at all. It just didn't make any sense at all.
Mm-hmm.
And when you know that by devenoming yourself, you become basically invisible to this thing, when you see it jump through the fucking window, devenomize and go hide in a corner. I just
hope there's no more Venom movies. Like I just hope this is it. Done.
Well, done by Sony, yeah. Hopefully, there's no more. Yes.
And then to end it, making it, and then they're going to end it with a woman being the last Venom thing. I'm just like, really though?
Yeah.
The doctor who had the lightning bolt symbiote is the last one.
Yeah,
Lady Deadpool.
Yeah. Her side story, I don't give a fuck about. I don't care. Like, why did I need to see that? Oh,
I was so confused.
And he got struck by lightning. I'm like, okay, and how does that connect to the story?
I thought it was powder. I legit thought it was like a recreation of powder. And she was going to have some powers. It was just like, oh, but my brother wanted to go to space, so I'm going to now devote my life to having a scar. And it just didn't.
And the craziest thing about it is, right now, Venom has gone back to number 2 in the box office. It is now surpassing 400 million in the box office, and it's not likely to go away anytime soon out of the top 5 because towards the end of this year, you've really only got Wicked, you've got Moana 2, but those aren't films that are going to knock Venom out of the top 5. This film is going to end the year in the top 5. That is
Gladiator.
crazy.
Gladiator is also coming out.
Gladiator so far, the box office on Gladiator, even though overseas is looking good, but it's not looking like it's going to kick Venom out of the top 5. I'm not saying Venom is going to stay number 1, but I'm saying the films that are coming out towards the end of this year, Venom has that much staying power from when it first came out. This isn't last week it came out. This is a few weeks ago now. It is still number 2 right now. Number 2, and of course, Red 1 did nothing, but Venom 3 is showing that Sony can say, you know what? If we literally shit in a toilet and put a camera in there to record it, people will go and watch it week in and week out.
Well, Tawala, before I leave, I will still say it's better than the Joker.
Hey, yes. Look, I haven't seen Venom, but there is nothing, and I mean there is nothing as bad as that damn Joker movie. I hated my life watching that film.
I'm going to tell you something. Dude, Venom 3 is still on YouTube, by the way. It's still up there.
Sony hasn't taken it down?
Sony hasn't taken it down yet. So if you want to go watch it, Swallow, there you go. Save yourself some
Hey,
money.
look, you know what's funny is that's how much Sony doesn't care. They're like, we don't care. Put Venom 3 wherever you want. The damn DVD release schedule was already up before the film hit. They don't care. And for Sony right now, they're like, we've literally made all of our money back. We're good. The franchise as a whole. Oh yeah, they've made their money back. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. They've made all their money back. They're good. They are good as a franchise total. They're at close to 1.5 billion for the franchise. They're like, we're good, man. You can't tell us that we're not successful. But that Joker, and I'm glad that the dude who did it said this was it. I just wanted to do this story and I'm walking away, because I have never felt so angry, so disappointed, so utterly disgusted watching anything in the theater. And I saw the first one. And I said to myself, I hate this. I hate everything about it. But I said, you know what? I'm going to nerd out and see the second one. I love musicals. And so I wanted to see. I know, no, seriously, I do. I really, really do like musicals. I'm a fan of musicals. And I thought maybe to be quirky enough where if they lean into it, I'll at least get that. But the music was not really satisfying. And you've got Lady Gaga. The music wasn't good.
The music was not the problem. The story was the problem.
Yes.
Yeah, and people talking about there were a whole, and I want to hear Anthony weigh on this. You saw it, right, Anthony?
No, I didn't like the first one, and I could not stand.
Got it.
To watch the second. I just
smart man.
Smart. It was a complete waste of time. The interesting thing to me, the phenomenon that came out about Folie à Deux, was all of the apologists trying to say, you just don't understand the genius of this, and da 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 da. I was like, fuck.
I hate them. I do hate them.
I'm what's wrong.
This is
I'm
the Joker.
Problem.
The Joker is an iconic character in the same way that Batman is. If you talk about Batman's plot armor, Joker, who is basically an 89-pound asshole, has the most plot armor ever. Him and friggin' Harley Quinn. There is no reason that they should be as unbeatable as they are just because they're psychos. No reason. And yet, these are these iconic characters. Among the most iconic villains ever. Darth Vader, Lex Luthor, friggin' Thanos, I guess now, and Venom. Joker. Venom's an anti-hero now. He's not even, The director of Venom is a huge villain. So you get this movie, and I'm looking at it, and I know that this director is a Scorsese fan.
Mm-hmm.
And as I'm looking at it, it says to me, oh, look at this. The thing that it said to me is that this guy is recreating The King of Comedy, where Robert De Niro was Rupert Pupkin, Jerry Lewis was the basically the Murray Hamilton character. And then you had this psycho chick who was in the original played by Sandra Bernhard, here played by Gaga. It was very similar in structure to King of Comedy, which is a better film. And it just felt to me like this guy said, they're forcing me to make this. I love Scorsese. I'm just going to make an homage to Scorsese. And I'm going to call it a musical so that people think it's a little bit different. It was not a musical. Every movie that has songs is not a musical. It's not.
True.
Because the music didn't actually drive the action in a substantive way.
Something
Dreamgirls is a musical. Okay,
I have to push back a little bit. If you can call it what you want, but when I watch a movie and there's a scene in it and it goes something like this: hey, so and so, how was your day? Well, I went to the store and it was a beautiful day. It's a fucking musical. I'm sorry,
but that didn't happen though. It was never. It wasn't. It didn't. Musicals are shows where the lyrics of the music drive the action, tell the story, push the story forward. These were all insert breaks. It was just like we set fire to the viewing, and now we're going to be in a fantasy world where we're dancing like Fred Astaire and Ginger Rogers. It wasn't a musical. It was just trash.
I consider it a musical, but fine. I don't care because the movie's fucking trash.
Because you hated it. Yeah, so don't defend it as a musical or not. Everybody hated it.
I'm just saying it's trash. I call it a musical, but I don't fucking care. I really don't.
The songs weren't original. The songs meant nothing. Like you could take the songs out and it'd be like.
Would it be any better without the
nothing?
song?
It would not.
Well, yeah, I mean the idea of it being a musical, and to your point, Ryan, where where they're having a conversation and they go into song, yes. But in this, as Tom and Dr. Liz are pointing out, there was a scene, and then after that scene, there was a singing montage, almost like they were inserting music videos into
That's
this
what it
film.
is.
Wasn't there a part in the movie where he goes, "I don't want to sing anymore"?
No. I think, and that was towards the end, and I think that was almost
when he was in court,
taking
right?
note of the fact that it's like,
it's a musical.
Like, we're done with the thing. But again, I know the director calls it a musical. The release calls it a musical. So
let's just call it hot trash and let's move on.
It absolutely is hot trash. And
Yes.
and again, it's one of those things where it's funny how, because of things like the Joker and because of things like Venom 3, you still have these individuals who say they like the Joker fully a dump because it was everything that nerd, and these are some of the quotes. It's everything that a fanboy hates, something real, something substantive. And I'm like, if you bitches don't shut up. But the main problem is that also lends to this idea that superhero films are burning out. People are tired of them. They're over. Which, again, not true, because Joker still did well in the box office, and Venom is still in the box office. But
Joker did well in the box office?
the top selling film in
first
no, just for what it was. I'm not saying it didn't do what the first one did, but it did well enough. It made its money back, and it's fine. Venom, great. The number one film of the year is still Deadpool Wolverine, and that is now the number one rated R film of all time. It is one of the best Marvel films ever made.
Very
so
good.
Again, it goes to the point that it has nothing to do with people being tired of superhero films. It has people to be we're all tired of bullshit. We're all tired of films that are horrible and disrespectful.
But then
now,
we're the problem when we don't like it.
You know, it's we're the problem because we don't like having our eyeballs spat in and, you know, put out the wash the spit out with alcohol. Yeah, we don't like that.
If you tell a good story, people will go see your movie. That's all. Just tell a good story. It's all you have to do. It's really that simple.
And that world is, you can do a dope story having to do with Batman and not have Batman in it, which is what the Penguin is. Surprisingly enough, I went into the Penguin thinking to myself, I'm not gonna like this. Here comes another Batman focused thing that doesn't have Batman. And the Penguin turned out to be one of the most gangster things I've seen in a long time. And the Penguin is one of the most successful HBO Max or whatever series, because it's something that told a complete story and everyone loves the end. Penguin was fucking great, man. I can't be the only one that saw Penguin. I know Mo saw Penguin, but I think Mo's having mic troubles.
Can you hear me? 1 2 1 2.
There you go.
There you go.
There you
We
go.
got you.
Yeah, it was a fantastic series. I said it on my show, and I'll say it here because I haven't said it for Nerdorama. If you are into gangster movies or gangster iconography, gangster cinema, TV shows, The Penguin is for you. You don't need to know anything about Batman. You don't need to have seen the movie The Batman. You don't need to know any of that. If you happen to like Scorsese or anyone who's done a gangster flick, if you like Casino, you love The Penguin. You know, if you like The Departed, you'll love The Penguin. If you like any of the Godfather movies, you'll love The Penguin. It's just that simple. It's great TV. I don't know if it would work as a movie, but they've set up a Penguin movie perfectly.
Yeah.
Right.
And the Penguin going into this next Batman film, if this is what we're about to see going into the next Batman film, if this is the level of storytelling, if they're going to keep what's the name's Batman, the Matt Reeves Batman story with Robert Pattinson, if they're going to keep it grounded and real like this, I'll be there. And I actually, and I told Mo on Later with Mo Kelly while we were discussing the Penguin, I have a greater appreciation for the Batman after watching this series, because the Penguin actually fleshed out the world that the Batman is set in. It actually made me understand. I said, okay, I get it. I went into the Batman looking for a superhero story. I went into it looking for that. And instead, I got the story of a rich dude whose parents were killed, who has the wealth and the wherewithal to armor up and go out into the streets and try to do something himself. This isn't the comic book Batman that they were trying to bring to the screen in the Batman. This was, no, we're trying to go the same direction that what's the name we're doing with the Batman trilogy that Nolan was doing. We're trying to go there, and we're trying to ground it even more. So now I am curious to see what they do with the Batman 2, because the universe that they've created, I'm all in. I've actually bought in.
I like the universe is great. I'm just a little kind of bummed out that it's not in like the new DC universe. I mean, I get it, they want to be their own thing, but it's like having like a second or third Batman seems kind of weird. It's just weird to me.
Yeah, but you can't drop a Superman into the Penguin world that they've created.
True, but who says Superman needs to be in it? Just know that he exists.
No, but when you say DEEU, I'm thinking that any of these characters could show up at any time in any of these movies or TV shows.
Yeah,
and Wonder Woman showing up with the powers and stuff in a world where they have the Penguin. It's like, that's weird. Well, but and again, for this,
you don't have to do it. But yeah,
no, I mean, no, they don't. And I think with the world that they're creating and what James Gunn is saying is, hey, there is room for us to tell adult stories and stories that are going to appeal to an older, even still Scorsese-like fan base, while we also going off and tell these superhero stories that we're going to do with the DCEU, and we'll be able to do both, because it's, it's they're bringing back the Vertigo comic book line, because they also want to delve into some more stories like that, where we got stories like Losers, we got stories like Road to Perdition, and even the gangster story that they had. What was the one? The First Wives, not the Wives Kitchen. Oh, what was the one that Melissa McCarthy was in? The gangster one.
I know
Melissa McCarthy.
talking about.
It was a bunch. It was her and a bunch of chicks, and they were just killing gangsters, and they were trying to take over
Gangster's Paradise.
What?
Nah. It was based on a comic book, and I know Melissa McCarthy. I think few other folks. I saw it and I thought it was great, and I had actually read the comic book. I went and got the comic book to read, and I was like, oh yeah, no, this shit was just like the comic book.
Kitchen.
The kitchen. Yeah, the kitchen. So they want to be able to start telling more graphic novel stories like that, and this world that they're creating there, it falls under that.
I think the best way to look at it is with the Joker and also Marvel. If you notice, a lot of their darker stuff is going on stream. It's going into series. It's not going into movie theater. So that's where they're making their adult-oriented stuff is staying on stream. Well, in movie theater, that's where you're getting your kiddie, super power movies and characters.
Yeah.
So that's best for them to work it out and leave it on stream and keep it away from the DCEU altogether. Because I remember back way before, when it was still what was his name? Zack Snyder's verse. They even talked about back then that you're gonna have a Batman who will be their movie star, and then you will have someone who's Batman who's in standalone films, and it's not going to be the same actor, and it's not going to be the same character. It's not going to be the same Batman. It will be different. So at least they're sticking to that.
Yeah. And even on that note, it's like, I know recently Kevin Feige, he said that with the Marvel Cinematic Universe, outside of 2025, which a lot of those projects that are coming in 2025 are already done, and that's why the films are still coming out. Moving forward, he said we will get 2 films and 3 or 4 series a year, but we're not doing 3 and 4 films a year anymore. He says it's not cost productive. He says it cuts into the creativity of what we're doing, and it doesn't allow us to flesh out these stories. So 2025, yeah, we're hitting you hard, but after that, we're going to slow everything down. You're going to start seeing more, and we're going to see fewer series. Like we will see like 3, I think it's 3 live action series and 1 animated series. And I think that's going to allow us to get good product. I mean, Agatha all along was was, I think, a surprising success to everyone that watched. A lot of people that tried to hate on it, they had to come back around to Rotten Tomatoes and say, damn, man, my bad. This is actually really, really good storytelling. And when you know, for me, you know, y'all know I'm really big on I know the stories are not the exact same. These are adaptations of the comic book story, but I'm really big on the adaptation being true to the original source material. And this, when you know the story of Agatha and you know the story of the twins and Wanda and all that, and how all that played out across multiple comic books, but to truncate this story combined from WandaVision to Doctor Strange and Multiverse of Madness, and now what they did in Agatha All Along, I'm like, they told that story fantastically. To me, it is amazing how these writers, they look at all these comic books and they say, we love all these aspects of this story, but this shit can't go on all year. You know what I'm saying? We're trying to tell short 8-episode stories. Let's take these finer points and drop them in. This is why this stuff works. And I love how now the Wonder Man series plays on Wonder Man's relationship with Wanda. Wanda, we already know Feige has said, you know, we're just trying to figure out how we're bringing her back. They've got the Vision series coming out next year. All these things still spawn from WandaVision, which many looked at and was like, the shit was whack. It was terrible. Not seeing how far down the road that series was looking. That series ties into so many different things.
Yeah, but I got to jump in there. I do not like series that I can't enjoy in the moment, where I'm watching it in, let's say, during the pandemic in 2021, and I'm not going to really appreciate it until 2024. That says to me that the series, though well-intentioned, and though there was a great payoff, I don't want to wait for any payoff 3 years down the road that I may not ever get, you know?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, that's kind of like what all these films and this whole universe is built on. It's built on constantly pushing something forward. I mean, there always is going to be something, be it this universe, Star Wars universe, whatever universe building that they're doing, there's got to be something for these companies to say, hey, we are telling a story. And while many felt the end of WandaVision did not satisfy, big picture is if we're going to keep coming back, we're coming back for a story that started with WandaVision. We came back for Agatha because we're familiar with it because of what happened with Doctor Strange, what happened with WandaVision. We come back for Agatha because of that. So there is no Agatha and there is no fan base without that series that came back that left, you know, you dissatisfied. You came back because you said, oh, I'm going to pick back up here. I want to see if it picks up and satisfies. And then it does. And then so that kind of cancels out that request a little or that complaint a bit.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to agree on this, because I can be interested in Agatha all along and that not necessarily improve WandaVision for what it was in that moment. And what I felt was incomplete about WandaVision and Ralph Boner, that didn't change just because I enjoyed Agatha all along. It's still, it felt incomplete. We don't know what happened. We don't know why a lot of things were done in that show for no reason, seemingly no reason. I guess I wanted more of a payoff. I got more of a payoff with Agatha all along, honestly, if I were to compare the two stories. But I didn't want to have to wait that long to better understand WandaVision itself.
So back to Mo's point, I think the only thing that really hurts Agatha all along is it's coming out like way after WandaVision.
Yeah, the steel's cold. It
feels also like the perfect time for this show to have come out was right after the Multiverse of Madness. It would have been perfect.
Yeah.
But that's the only thing I think that really hurts the show. But in general, I think it's a solid show.
Yeah,
I think they got it down with the writing. I mean, and they made Agatha, like, especially in the epilogue episode, you felt for that one.
I love the actress.
Catherine Hahn.
She's like, even when Agatha is a piece of shit, she makes me laugh.
Yeah,
like, just a horrible person. I'm like, dude, you're evil, but you're fucking funny.
Yeah,
her comedic delivery is really on point. Even when it's just dry and dark, she pulls it off, and it's just
Mm-hmm.
the writing on that show is what made it enjoyable. I mean,
Yeah.
like for what Acolyte was, that was just trash.
Yeah.
A hot garbage fire.
Haven't finished that show yet.
Still haven't finished it.
Dude,
And,
don't.
yeah,
Don't.
don't
There's
plan on
nothing
it.
for you to finish on Acolyte. You know, and Star Wars is in such a weird place because all these different things that they're talking about doing are just so look the
race
space
spinoff,
pirate
10, 11, and
show.
12.
Yeah,
the
I'm good on that.
Goonies.
No, thank you.
Yeah, it's not for us. It's like they're making that for the kids. I do like what we're seeing so far with Andor. I like all the things I've seen come out
Andor's
of
good.
D23 Brazil, but Andor is now it's in such a different world. It's kind of like, is this Star Wars? I mean, Andor's like off in its own thing. It's like, what is Andor connected to? I know what it's connected to, but it's like it's
Rogue
so
One,
thrown off
basically.
because so much of what Star Wars is doing is just, hey, here's something else that happened in this corner of the universe. Here's something that happened over here. And we've gotten so far away from the connected universe that the expanded universe is like, okay, I mean, sure.
Well, I mean, to go back to Mo's point, it's the payoff. I mean, I guess technically this is a payoff from Rogue One, but it's paying off in the beginning for it when you see this character's origin story. And I know with this season they're bringing in director Krennic, what's his name's character?
Oh, Ben Middleton's character.
Ben Middleton's character. So he's gonna be the big baddie in the Empire side. So,
and I so far from reading about it, they've said that there's a lot of things that happen in season 2 of Andor that are answers to questions in Star Wars
Rebels.
Not Rebels, Star Wars episode 5. That there are a lot of things that we knew happened, that we knew led to a certain point.
Empire Strikes Back?
I'm sorry, not Empire.
New Hope.
New Hope. I'm sorry, New Hope.
Okay.
You got me all excited. Like,
yeah, sorry. No, sir. No, there are things that are tied to A New Hope that were alluded to and things like, but that they're going to show us more of in this series. So I'm like, okay. So they're kind of, filling in the gaps, even though they're retconning the shit out of a lot of stuff. But
and they need a retcon out of 9, 8, and 7.
Yeah, I wish they would.
Yeah,
I really do. I mean,
we'll see because this new trilogy. Who knows what they're gonna do?
Still, thank you.
Yeah, because they're still going on this Skywalker kick. But it's Rey Skywalker, so it's not.
No, that's
it's not anything.
It's Rey Palpatine. Yeah, thank you. Rey Palpatine.
No, she's Palpatine, but remember, in the end, she said,
"I don't give a fuck what she says.
She can say whatever she wants,
but she's not a Skywalker.
Yeah. She can change her name to whatever. She can change her name to Luke Skywalker.
All right, they call me Ryan Calrissian then from now on. All right, how about
that's transphobic.
What?
I'm just fucking with y'all.
What?
Look, man. Look, Kathleen Kennedy. I know we've got.
I don't speak that name.
I know we've got some folks over there, that we trust and believe in. But as long as Kathleen Kennedy is in charge, ultimately, we're gonna get this Rey shit. And that's
if you say her name 3 more times, we're all gonna be fucking killed. So be careful.
She'll pop up. She'll pop up in like another screen.
Candyman.
Oh man. Oh my God. It's interesting. There's so much to look forward to next year as far as like what we have coming out.
Daredevil.
I need that trailer to drop in a major way. They say they've got the trailer. I need it to go.
You haven't seen it yet?
No, I've seen the clips, but I haven't seen the full on.
I got it.
You got the Daredevil trailer?
I got the trailer. Yeah, I been had it.
Okay, dude, not one of those Kino check trailers, dude.
No, it's not good quality, but it's good enough. It's the guy holding the camera during D3, whatever the hell it's called.
Oh,
it's the whole fucking trailer. I got that shit.
Okay, all right. Hey, send it to me on the low. Hey, send it to me.
I got you.
All right, yeah.
Hey, I got a question. I got a question for all of us to consider. What is going to be the measure of success for this Captain America movie, given the pushback against it already?
My thing is it's gonna do amazing at the box office. Like the dollar amount is gonna be astronomical But
my worry is that like I'm sure it'll do well, but they had a lot of reshoots, and it's the cost of making this film. So they might have, but like I'm very positive. I think it's going to be great. I'm pretty sure.
I will see it more than once.
Yeah, it looks fantastic.
Like, it looks that good.
Look, for me, because of the fact that the individuals who are involved in the series are the same individuals involved in making this film happen, as stellar as the series was, with a film budget behind them and taking it to the next level, I'm all in, because it would be different if they had a whole different crew bringing this to the big screen. Then I'd have more reason to be like, oh, I don't know. But the people who brought this character to life in the series and gave us some of the most exceptional action sequences, a really in-depth grounded story that wasn't afraid to ask questions and to question the legitimacy as far as how America saw Sam Wilson becoming Captain America. This film going deeper, from watching the trailers give me Winter Soldier vibe.
Yes.
And that's what I'm hoping for. I'm hoping for a Winter Soldier vibe with Sam Wilson and a lot of political intrigue. And this story answers some major questions that Anthony has been asking since Eternals first dropped. How the fuck is this big ass hand popping out the middle of the ocean and no one is talking about it? The head, all that. This film answers all those questions. What's up with that? What's going down?
I love Sam Wilson's arc, his story arc. Just remember where he started and look where he's at now. Like when he first started, when he started in Winter Soldier, I'm like, all right, cool, whatever, Falcon, whatever. I didn't know he was going to get this much of a push, and I love it. Obviously, like out of all the Marvel Disney Plus shows, Falcon and Winter Soldier is my favorite, and I'm looking forward to this movie. I'm also looking forward to the Thunderbolts. I wasn't for a long time. Then I saw the trailer. I'm like, oh, okay, I see what you're doing there. Let me see some more of this. Yeah, so
nice. Yeah,
I'm pretty fucking hyped.
Yeah. The Thunderbolts I'm looking forward to. I just really hope. I know it sounds really funny. I really hope they don't reactivate the Winter Soldier. I want that to be Bucky. I don't want that to be the Winter Soldier, because all that work that the Dora did in Wakanda to get it out of his head is just going to be wasted.
Oh, no. He's Bucky. He's Bucky in this.
Yeah, he's Bucky.
Yeah. He's Bucky, and everything, like because they just dropped the whole like synopsis of it. And the shit is going to be exceptional. It is a Avengers level film with the fucking villains that you never thought could pull it off.
I just gotta see who's gonna die in it, because I what's his name?
Taskmaster.
Red Guardian is
Red
dead.
Guardian's dead. He is dead for sure.
Hopefully it's Taskmaster. But anyway,
okay.
I'm worried about Sentry, because that guy's fucking OP. He's basically Superman.
Yeah,
so how are you going to use it? Because like you're going to have to depower him or something. Have him it's watered down.
I think if they bring us the Sentry and they bring him to, because remember when they first reintroduced him in the comics, and he wasn't really 100% sure where he was, and he didn't fully tap into that power. He didn't tap into the power until they went head up against the Void, and then he finally, realized who he was and came into that power. And then he was going toe to toe with the Hulk and World War Hulk and shit like that. But when he first came back, he was like this indestructible dude that everyone was like being real cool around. Everyone was like, "Hey, Bob, how you doing? Hey, long time no see. Hey, everything good? Hey, no. Chill. So if they keep that on him, if they keep him from really, really loking up, it will make sense, because if he powers up, it's a wrap period. Like there's no one that we've seen in the MCU that could really and truly hold a candle to the Sentry. And I know a lot of people are like, nah, Thor's a god and this, that, and the other. But I'm like, yeah, but Sentry versus Thor it's not.
It's like it would be a good fight. I mean, for instance, like Blue Marvel fought Sentry. Motherfucker, they knocked them into outer space. I actually had that comic. but I'm guessing he's gonna be watered down because all the characters except for Captain Marvel have been really watered down. So
that's true. That's true. They have to water them down, otherwise it's like it makes no sense when you enter a god tier powered person. What's the point of anything happening after that? It's like one of those like, why do anything? Just send Sentry. We don't need to do anything else. So he cannot be a fully realized Sentry. What I'm hoping though is that we get more of a sense that he is going to be the ultimate threat and unable to control the void, and that this team story is about keeping him in check from releasing the void. That's a world ender. Like if they want to have the world ending event, could be them trying to keep the Sentry from losing his mind. Not going off with his powers, but just keep Bob in check.
Bob,
which is, I think that's dope. That was to me was one of the dopest stories. That can't remember who it was. Was it the Illuminati who had erased everyone's memory of the Sentry, so that and like had him just like as a janitor kind of I cannot remember. I think it was.
I think you're right. It was the Illuminati. They erased his memory, and then he kept going back. He didn't realize he had the powers.
Yes,
because he didn't remember who he was. And I think
the void kept trying to creep out.
Yeah, and I think it was Tony or somebody who like brought the memories back for him.
Yeah, and everyone's like, "Fucking Tony."
Yeah,
Tony, son of a bitch. Like, well, let him cook. No, dude, no, don't let him cook. Don't let him cook. Before we get too long in the tooth, Anthony, what you been watching, man?
I watched the Gundam Requiem for Vengeance on Netflix.
Yeah,
it's Unreal Engine number 5 that or Unreal Engine that's made out of it.
Nice.
When you watch it, it's like a video game cut.
Like it looks like a bunch of cutscenes.
Yeah. Wide shots are pretty good. Once you get close in, pretty bad quality. Story kind of didn't make sense at the end. You have a soldier who just wants to get back to outer space and get back to her kid, and then at the end she becomes a guerrilla fighter. So she does not go back to her kid in outer space. So kind of didn't make sense at the end. But
the voice batching didn't work at all.
Yeah, it did not. It
was hard to watch.
Yeah, like I said, when it was a close-in shot, it was hard to watch. When it's a wide shot, the fight scenes pretty good.
Yeah, animation was solid, but yeah. What you watching, McBang?
I've been streaming a lot, but I'm trying to finish Agatha. I'm behind. I'm on episode 6. I'm really digging that. The last game I streamed like a lot was a game called Life is Strange, and I'm mentioning this because it's really, really funny. It's a story about a girl that her original power was she could rewind time, and in the first game, because this is like the 4th of the series of the games, the first game. She has a choice, either save the town or save the girl that she loves. And because she was like going back in time, she like fucked up the timeline, whatever. So long story short, you can choose either to like save the town or save your friend. Now it's gone like where she can like skip between like different realities, and it's like a murder mystery. Well, long story short, the game ends and I could not stop laughing is she finds out her friend also has powers, and the character you play is basically Charles Xavier, and her friend hates everybody else because they hate people like them. So she's basically Magneto, and then the game ends on a cliffhanger, and it goes, so and so will return in the next Life is Strange. I'm like, dude, this is straight up a fucking Marvel movie now. What the fuck is this?
What's the name of the game?
Life is Strange.
Life is Strange. Okay. I can see them turn that to a at least an animated series.
It's a fun game. It's very, very fun.
What's on your screen, Mo?
Lioness on Paramount Plus.
Oh.
And its creator, Taylor Sheridan, is the creator of Tulsa King, also on Paramount Plus. The season finale dropped today for Tulsa King with Frank Grillo in it as the big bad this season. It's great. If you watch Lioness, you can start from season 1. They're about midway through season 2 right now. And you watch Tulsa King, you'll be good. It's violent. both of them. Violent, gory, shoot them up, blow them up shit. It's good shit.
Nice.
Sounds good.
I when I saw the trailer for Lioness, I said to myself, damn it, now I'm gonna have to get this damn app back. I was trying to avoid getting into that, but I will get the app just so I can watch Lioness, because I have been decluttering my apps. One app that I cannot ever get rid of is Crunchyroll. And right now, a lot of the anime series that I've been watching have come to their mid-season finales or their season finales. My Hero Academia, waiting for that to come back in April, waiting for new episodes of One Piece to come back in April. Fire Force comes back. Chainsaw Man, a lot of stuff is coming back in 2025, but there's this series right now that I'm watching called Dan to Dan, and Dan to Dan is a story of a young lady who comes from a family that has the power to control the occult, while this young man is fascinated with UFOs. The young man gets possessed by a demon known as Turbo Granny, who essentially, in the beginning, Turbo Granny, she stole his junk, stole his beans, and Frank stole it all, just left him bare.
Okay.
And but by Turbo Granny, and she in the first episode, she's like, "Let me eat your weenie," and she gulps it off. But by doing that, he gets the power of Turbo Granny. And then they have to fight to get it back. So right now he's gotten it back, but he didn't get his balls back. So they're trying to find his balls. And I'm telling you,
Diddy.
Episode 4, the story was so powerful and so gripping that it literally brought me to tears. This shit was on some Pixar beginning of up level tears. It is such a gripping story. So it's like anime writers and creators, they have such a way of storytelling that is so different and so just immensely satisfying. And I was sitting here bawling watching this last episode. So if you get into anime, Dan to Dan is the absolute truth. Absolute truth.
Well, I am on both of the series that Mo was talking about.
Yes.
I have to say, and Mo converted me on Tulsa King anyway, because I'm not really a Stallone fan like that. But I think there's a good argument to be made that Stallone has come back with the best comeback career saver of all of the heroes of that era, because Arnold isn't doing anything. Jean-Claude isn't really doing anything. Yeah, well, no, I take that back. Arnold did that Amazon show with one of my frat brothers where it was basically like True Lies Part 2 or whatever, where his daughter's an agent and he's an agent. But Tulsa King is actually a good show. And Lioness is just spectacular. Honestly, I mean, Zoe Saldana is killing the game. Nicole Kidman has perhaps never been better. Certainly she's never been better on TV. And then you've got this whole motley crew of people around her. And really the dynamic between the scruffy, bearded ginger dude and Zoe Saldana kind of drives a lot of the energy of the show. It's just a really good show. But the other thing I'm watching, which is an ABC show, is High Potential, which is one of those female, highly intelligent female with a quirk kind of show paired against another person. So in Elsbeth, it was Wendell Pierce is the sergeant or the lieutenant, and then she's got a Latina, mixed Black Latina kind of co-star who's helping her solve all the mysteries. In High Potential, it's Caitlin from I think it's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Yes,
I think that's where she's from.
Yes.
And my Rattler brother, Daniel Sunjata, who is the male lead, and it's good. It's kind of like Sherlock Holmes, but not, kind of like The Mentalist, but not. There isn't a same sort of through line like there is on The Mentalist, where he was chasing the guy who killed his family. It's more episodic, but they're a good couple, and there's nothing really forced in the show in the way that kind of a lot of, let's put this puzzle piece on the board and make sure we're covering all the bases. It's not as forced as some of these shows that came out. And I'm also watching Matlock, which I'm enjoying Although that
Really?
does have a little bit more. It's a cute conceit of why she chose the name Matlock. And in the first episode, there's a twist. So you look at it and you think, oh, it's Kathy Bates. She's playing this folks. She's basically playing Matlock. She's playing a folksy lawyer who always comes out on top. But in this show, she's actually trying to get at the heart of the lawyer in the firm. She's infiltrating the firm because her daughter died of an overdose, and the firm she's infiltrating was defending the pharma company or something. So she's kind of going in and pretending to be the dumb grandma, but she's really rich as shit, and she's fooling everybody. It's sorry if you haven't watched it. It's worth watching anyway. The twist makes it good, but also the legal stuff is actually pretty good too. And there's a black female lead, which I always enjoy. And
Sky P. Marshall.
Who?
Sky P. Marshall's her name.
There you go.
With her fine self.
And it's and so it's basically one of those things where there's a lot of stuff on streaming these days that I'm enjoying. But Lioness as soon as I saw Lioness came back, I was on it. And by the way, Matlock is also on Paramount Plus. So if you do get Paramount Plus back, you can just also get Matlock back. And they brought back another season of The Equalizer, which I didn't think was happening. But
oh, really?
Wow. Oh, it's as equalized as ever. They tried to introduce
equalized as ever.
I mean, it's the same show. I mean, it's not. If you liked it before, you'll probably like it now. They took away the person of interest AI thing that they had in the last season. That was a boondoggle. And they also introduced a wrinkle where her right-hand woman now is experiencing some PTSD. So she's not working on the missions. And so that's creating more problems for Robbie. And also her boyfriend has been shipped to LA, which is a problem. So anyway, lots of good female-centered stuff. We already talked about Agatha, and so there's a lot of strong content that is not content because it's female. It's just content that is just well written and well crafted, and so I'm enjoying a lot of streaming stuff.
Yeah, and it's like on the horizon. I mean, look, yes, I know I'm gonna go and see Moana 2, but that's just because I was a huge fan of Moana 1. It's just one of my all-time favorite Disney films to watch. I watch, and again, it's because I watch with my daughter, so we have fun watching it. You know, the Gladiator one, I didn't like the first Gladiator. I'm not a fan.
You were not entertained?
Yeah, I was not entertained.
I was not either.
I never saw
it.
Yeah,
I never saw it.
No,
oh man,
no lie.
I actually dug it.
Yeah, man. And to me, Denzel Washington, it looks like, you know, between him and the young lead, I'm like, is this like a Training Day thing? They're just bringing that story back and they're putting it in
Pedro
Greece.
Pascal in it though?
Yeah,
Pedro Pascal, he's in it, you know, but
he's in everything.
Like,
so.
Yeah,
he replaced Fat Boy,
Russell Crowe.
There you go, Russell.
Did he really?
No,
yeah, well,
because,
that character he's filling in.
Character
that character died.
Yeah, Russell Crowe died.
He's the new Russell Crowe.
Okay,
he's the new Russell Crowe. But then also the boy that Denzel is trying to Training Day is the son of the chick that was all, you know,
the
first one.
The sister,
yeah,
her boy. So again, I mean, look, look, if Training Day is ever on, I'm not like, oh, I gotta watch it. I'm like, oh God, they're showing this again. It's just not a movie that I dug, so I had no plans on seeing this one. I'm just like I don't know if there's anything else really coming out towards the end of this year that I'm like, I must see that.
Well, you said Moana 2, and I'm just gonna say this. I don't know if Disney is listening. Soul is not the same as the epic adventures of all the other Pixar princesses. You gave us a black one, fine. You gave us a black one with a female white lead. That is not the same. How are we on Moana 2? How do we get Lilo and Stitch 1 and 2 and a whole network series about Pacific Islanders, and you still haven't given us an amazing black human story? Lion King doesn't count because the first one, almost all the voice talent was white anyway.
Princess and the Frog doesn't count.
Where is the epic story that black kids can enjoy? Princess and the Frog, also not Pixar, also she was a frog for 80% of the movie. Doesn't count. Why can't we just get a heroic story?
They'll say the Little Mermaid live action. That's what they'll say.
Except that that's a remake. It's not original. Like Moana is original.
I'm just
and
telling
its
you.
sequel is original.
I'm just telling you, they've already checked that box in their minds.
But it's also not Pixar too. I'm not saying they don't
No,
do
now,
but I'm talking specifically about Pixar and the big, huge Pixar thingy dingies. I just don't understand how we got Moana 2 before we get a real heroic Black princess story on Pixar.
you know, I gotta look. I thought that there was one coming.
Ironheart doesn't count. That's not
no,
Pixar.
it's not. No, I mean an actual Pixar film. I thought I saw something, and it didn't look like it was anything like interesting. I was like, well, what is this?
Oh, so that's great.
No. But I thought that they were working on something. Yeah, I feel you though,
because we got Coco and we got Moana. I'm trying to think if there was.
Don't you say a bad word about Coco.
Look, my son's nickname is Coco. I'm not going to say anything bad about Coco.
I'm just saying that movie's one of my favorites. All right, no,
it's a good movie. I'm just saying you can do an homage to Mexican culture featuring human/ghost Mexican people. You can do Moana and Moana 2 featuring The Rock and also featuring a Polynesian cast and also featuring super huge songs by Lin-Manuel Miranda. You can do Frozen and Frozen 2. Where is the story that can make a little Black girl dance around singing because she's seeing herself on camera? Disney. I'm just saying.
Remember me.
It's not coming, Tom. I'm sorry, because they got Zootopia 2, they got Frozen 3, Incredibles 3, they've got Toy Story 5, Moana 2.
I thought Toy Story 5 was Inside Out.
Elio, that's with the little boy. No, I don't see anything, Tom. I'm sorry. There's nothing on the Pixar.
Well, it's not on you, bro. It's on the.
No, because I wanted to be able to say like, nah, because it's the no.
Yeah, no.
Nope. Pixar is definitely losing. Like, and I know they'll also say, but do any of those princesses have a whole land? Because now Tiana's got a land.
She does.
She got like the ride, and they're building up that whole area all around her.
Splash Mountain in Disneyland.
Yeah, in Disneyland. Yeah. So I mean, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, you know, Moana's just in the parade. She just has a feature in the parade, but they all get a feature in the parade. I'm just saying, Tiana got a whole little area and a ride named after her. And actually, Tiana's ride is responsible for not desegregating, but for ending years of embedded racism in Disneyland at the theme park by getting rid of that damn ride that was there. So Tiana's done some things. Tiana, she walked so we could run.
Okay.
Look, I went to school with Tiana. So
word? You did? Where did Tom go?
Muted himself.
Yeah, you're muted, Tom.
Oh man.
Well, we got to go
They
anyway.
have done that on purpose.
All right. Yeah, we got to go
man.
anyway.
Yeah, man. See, Tom left us on that cliffhanger. All right, we'll catch up with Tom and find out what he was talking about next time we get together. Since it's been so long, Anthony, take us out, good sir.
Good news, everybody.
Big Bang.
Eat my ass, Chief.
I love it. Bo Kelly.
Remember me, though I have to say goodbye. You don't know that?
Yeah, of course. Yes, of course we do. I wanted to make sure you got the whole refrain in.
Yeah,
that was dope.
you pre-sold it, so we.
Fuck y'all.
All right, Tom.
Where's my assless chap super soup?
Okay.
Oh, wait, Tom. You know who said that line?
Who?
That's Chris Williams. He's a close friend of the show.
Wait, he said it in the accent?
He's the one from Dodgeball who said, "Where are my assless chaps?"
Assless chaps.
That's where the line comes from. Come on, cinephile.
this was a Mike Tyson shout out for
I
his
know.
ashless chaps on that pretend. Yes, I'm a huge dodgeball fan. I am a huge dodgeball fan.
And we out.
If you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball.
Dodge a ball.
All right.
Yes. We're still live.
Yeah, we are still live. We are.